There's certain camps that say that you can't teach art. I disagree with that on quite a few levels, but especially in filmmaking.
On day one, what I try to do is can open, their head, because I want them to expand their idea of what possibilities are for them.
My goal in educating the students is twofold. Number one is information, number two is encouragement. I believe that education is a 50-50 split between information and encouragement, especially when you're doing any kind of arts, fine arts and education.
Jesus or Buddha?
Before you go out there and jump in the deep end of the pool of filmmaking, just know that once you jump into the deep end, then they set the pool on fire. The question of film schools always comes up for aspiring filmmakers of any kind, and I always say that if that's your opportunity, then definitely go for it.
If you want to work above the line, then you need the education in how the industry actually works. If you want to write, direct, produce, package movies, work in the industry from the business perspective, in a non-trade capacity, then it's a very sophisticated, difficult business, and you need the background to learn that.
It's impossible to take all the information that students need to know and cram it into their head in the first year. What we're teaching is spread out over a number of years, so that by the end of the student's education, they've learned all that they need to know about shooting, about making films, about producing films, and about the post-production of films.
I think that's one of the things that CAP is providing, is a bit of a business education towards film, because this is a business at the end of the day, and it's a very expensive business.
Really, schools prepare you for your strengths. They give you an inside look at it. They give you interaction with some of the best professionals.
Hey! We don't need this money! It's better off at the bottom of the damn river! Go!
First year when students get to CAP, they're learning the technical, they're learning how a set works, they're learning how they fit in, both as far as using the technical gear and then also how to perform their duties. Second year, we start getting into more of the art of, or the aesthetic of post-production, for me in editing, where we start talking about not just how to cut, but why to cut, how editors make choices.
Also unique to Cap College are the number of projects, hands-on projects that the students do. So whether it's using still cameras to create storyboards, or the video cameras and the lighting and the full packages to create their projects, they are making films, hands-on, making films day in and day out.
We want to teach students how to use the technology, which has become so accessible to everybody, from camera right through post-production, how students can make independent films, produce independent films, and produce content that we can take worldwide.
It's quite the experience, I must say.
They are now looking at doing internships that would be summer-long things that he's setting up, one that would work in production with us, one in development, and one in post. That's a great idea, because internships are massive in LA. So all the interns go out, learn firsthand how the industry works, ride the calls, listen to what's happening, read the script, see how the financing comes together, and that is invaluable.
You know what to do.
They don't know anybody in September of first year, in the film business, I mean. And by the time they get to the end of third year, they know people, they can make phone calls, they can do things.
I do know that the network of people that I found in film school, I work with to this day, and that's 30 years later. Those people, who else would I call up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, dude, my camera broke, would you lend me yours?
You get a mixture of instructors that are intellectually challenging, but they can show you the exact step-by-step procedures that they have done for a minimum of 15 years, and I think the average is probably closer to 25 years of experience.
Bill and the program he's developing is really built around the upper end of the industry. learning to package and finance and do the more sophisticated elements that most of the film schools that we've encountered over the years don't get involved in. They deal with film history and technical elements. And those are very important skills and things to have, but not if you want to build a sustainable industry.
As a general rule, if you're doing phenomenally, and I don't mean as a PA, I mean if you've written a script that Hollywood has optioned and you're directing it, you don't need film school. Most of us aren't like that. Most of us have to learn how to do that. That's where film school comes in. I just don't know how I would have learned how to make movies without going to film school. And I've been in the entertainment business since I was 6 years old. Without film school, I would not be a filmmaker.
Of the film schools that are out there, it offers really practical courses. It's not theory oriented. It really is industrially oriented, and it starts off the students in with a really broad look at the industry, and then it really narrows it down to job focused results. That is probably the most practical way to go to film school.
And accept the fact that Jesus will not return.
I can't teach you what it is that you have to say, but once you know what you have to say, I can help to teach you how to say it more articulately, more clearly, so you can rise above the noise.
It's one of those industries that you can grow up in and find yourself 20 years later, as I have, still very excited to be in the industry and still looking to new opportunities, new challenges, greater risks.
Our students are after the experience of making films, and that's what they get to do. And make films, and make films, and make films. That's number 3. Get to work.